All right, welcome back, everyone. It is Saturday, September 21. Our last update was on August 15th. We're a little delayed because we got back from vacation, which we'll talk about in a bit. But the big theme the past month is that we still don't have any more sales. It's officially 8 weeks. This must be a record.
This has to be.
No new clients, and over the past 8 weeks, we've lost 3 clients. So we're kind of like at a point of decline, kind of unfortunate. And so much so that we actually started cold calling ourselves again, Kayla and myself.
Yeah, we totally ripped apart our sales system. We actually went through our entire lead gen system because that's what we thought the problem was. We went through Instantly and we tried using ChatGPT for a little while. For a little bit, we were doing a switch to just manually dialing everything because we were like, maybe it's the dialer or something. So we switched to that. And we also tried out a few new things. So we tried 2 dialers. We're not using either of them because of cost. And then obviously we wanted to audit everyone's calls and leads. And we found a few holes through that, but I don't think they're big enough holes to be the reason for the 58-day drought. So
No.
Yeah, we're figuring it out.
In the world of service delivery, we attempted to hire a manager. Shout out Francis, who's kind of been helping us on the logistics side, which is really helpful while we were on vacation. Mm-hmm. And then on the service delivery side, we started, we got this from Coach Joe. We basically made scorecards for all of our clients. So there's specific Google Ads metrics that we want to track the progression of. And so we set goals. And so we started that last week, and we'll see how this goes. And hopefully it makes kind of making the accounts better.
Yeah, it's an accountability thing. And the other accountability things that we're trying out too is we implemented the system for people to send in what's called a productivity progress. It's basically like a little list of what they do every day. And then when we don't meet with them, they send over a Loom update. So it's like a short video explaining what they did for the day. So we've been trying that out. And then we had some staffing changes. So luckily, the graphic designer person that we hired, he's also a web developer. So now he's our main web developer. We hired another cold caller. And we actually hired 2 Google Ads people, one of which didn't work out, and the other one we're going to give a try now. So it's been a little bit of a shift and a shuffle, but hopefully it's getting stronger.
I'm not sure if you mentioned, but the reason why the graphic designer became our web developer is because our last web developer basically left.
Yes.
So
well, I didn't say it explicitly, but yes.
Yeah. Cool. All right. From the growth update, we did update our website. Great job to you and our graphic designer. Little revamp there with kind of the cleanliness and the consistency, so that was really good. Mm-hmm. We started I was reading, I think I mentioned in the last update that I was reading Profit First, so it's really cool. We added 2 new savings accounts to our business accounts. So basically we started doing that, so every month we'll move over our income to a tax account, a profit account, and
there's like an operations
taxes. Oh yeah, we pay for our operating expenses through the income account, so it's kind of double dipping. And then from the book Profit First as well, I realized that is mostly about running a lean business. So especially with this drought in clients and loss of clients, we've really been kind of cutting the fat for the team and the software. What are the things we actually need versus things we're just kind of spending money on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Speaking of which, we are learning about some new stuff in this journey to become a better business. So most recently, selling high ticket items. That was something that we were trying to figure out. We thought we were going to do CRO for a little bit. Turns out we're not going to do that. Obviously working on lead gen, cold calling, and then for a little bit, we also looked into this thing called Triple Whale. It's a piece of software that we thought might help us do better.
All right. In the world of reading in the past month, I finally finished Profit First, so I just talked about that. And I was listening to a podcast a few weeks ago. It was with Patrick Bet-David, PBD, and he was mentioning this book called The 38 Letters from J.D. Rockefeller to His Son. So I picked that up, and it's pretty good. I'm 40% through now. Mm-hmm. It's 38 letters, and it takes about 5 to 10 minutes per letter. So I read 1 or 2 of those a day.
Is there anything interesting that you've learned from 38 letters?
I feel I only know who Rockefeller is from I guess in the periphery, but it's some of the same things. It's just always work hard, things won't be easy, build up relationships. So it's nothing new, but I think it's reassuring coming from someone who apparently was in the game for a while and his still today is kind of like a legacy in success.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm reading something very different. I'm reading The Rise and the Fall of the Third Reich. It's basically about how Hitler came into power and then subsequently came out of power during World War II. It's kind of interesting because it was written fairly recently after World War II, so it's got a very, let's just say, more colored perspective. But it's interesting because at the beginning of the book, the author explicitly says, I will try to keep my own personal bias out of this book. But it's pretty interesting, and I like reading history, so there's that. Okay, moving over to a personal note. We had some travels since our last update. We went to this place called Fish Lake National Forest in Utah as a preparation for our later trip that Gregory will talk about. We got rained on, soaked, and we left early. So if that tells you anything. But really, it was actually pretty nice. And minus the rain was, I think, a good test.
Yeah. And then we just got back from a week-long vacation in Iceland. We'll be putting together a bunch of videos for that, so stay tuned. But as far as the business is concerned, we did a lot of preparation leading up to it. I think we're actually getting better leaving, being gone, and coming back into the business on vacation because momentum is real. And before it like really fuck us up. But leading up to this, we really prepped the team. Frances kind of keeping everyone accountable as much as she can. Kayla mentioned the looms and the productivity progress, which was great because we could basically watch the status of the team at our own time every day. And so, yeah, I mean, Iceland was cool, but now we're back and trying to figure things out.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely tried to work throughout, but I'm glad that we're home. Okay, so now, next month, what the heck is going on here? One of the main things, obviously, we're going to try to work on is sales. This has been a really long drought. I do not wish to continue it any longer than this, and I think next month that'll be a huge focus.
Yeah, and then a big theme this weekend, we've had a lot of time to reflect. Yet another pivot, which is not good, but basically we've been trying to cold call e-commerce businesses, and it's been somewhere around 7,500 cold calls and still no new clients. So this weekend is really focused on reevaluating moving back to local businesses. So we'll see how that goes.
Stay tuned.
I think it'll be interesting watching this video because of our energy level. One, we just woke up from a nap, and two, it's probably pretty reflective of like how we're feeling about the business. So I think it'll be pretty cool a year from now when we're like billionaires looking back at this day and we're like, oh man, it was really in the trenches. So anyway, anything else?
No, just got to keep hustling, keep our heads down. And I think we learned two things from this past week from your podcast that we were listening to, Bad Marketing. All work is profitable. And then Chris, our friend, basically was like, you learn the most during these periods. And I agree with both of those. So
yeah, it has actually been a great time to, I think, because we were not making progress in the sales front, I do think that our systems fundamentally are getting stronger. It's still not the best, but it's definitely stronger.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well,
till next time.
Not yet. Don't forget to like,
subscribe,
and hit that bell notification.
Peace.